built demo,
Yeah.
which it was like because it showed you the whole like, look, it's over in LA and it's June 10th, 2013 that it shifted over. A purposely built demo, which was obviously buggy.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So it's these things happen.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not too worried about it. I
And
mean, they couldn't get Battlefield 4 to play at first either. It's like,
hell,
oh, whatever.
hell,
Shit
even if
happens, you know? Like,
yeah, but that was just a video.
yeah. Well,
They
still.
could get a video to play. Yeah, the VLC player broke.
Yeah. Well, somebody was, they were trying to, some people may have been trying to jump over Sony because when they interviewed Jack Trenton on Game Trailers, and he talked about, Sony's not introducing any DRM to the console itself or to any first party titles that will be released in the console. But it's up
Yeah,
to third parties to do whatever the hell they want. And that's
yeah,
always been the case. It's been the case this generation. It's going to be the case the next generation. The third
yeah.
parties can do whatever they want, and the repercussions are on them.
Yeah,
They can implement an online pass if they want. They can do free to play if they want and charge you microtransactions up the wazoo. They can charge you $50 to play online over top the price of the game. They can do whatever they want. Sony isn't dictating their business model to the publishers.
yeah.
They're
That
saying here's a platform you can release your game onto and price it accordingly. Price it,
yeah.
release it however you want. If you're going to put DRM, then that's on you. And if the consumers are pissed, it's going to be on the developer, not the maker of the console.
The thing about that is it's that term. The people have shifted. They always just this. They've just been throwing that term DRM around, guys. It's the online passes is DRM.
Mm-hmm.
So like we've had to deal with DRM for all this time, on all platforms, on everything. Like it's just always been there.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just the fact that we've just called it online passes. It's there. It's been there for a long time. It's not going to go away that quickly. I know EA came out with the statement, "Oh, we're getting rid of the
Well, that's
online
because it
passes."
doesn't work. That's because,
Yeah,
I don't
no,
think they're losing. I think companies and I think people are overstating losses on used games. To be honest, I think that it's just like piracy. I think a lot of companies are overstating the amount of piracy that actually happens and how much they're losing on games. And you look at the clever things that some of these companies have done to combat that. What's that game? Well, the game you guys were playing, where you develop games.
oh, Game Dev
Yeah,
Tycoon.
Game Dev Tycoon. I mean, look at what they did. They released their own pirated version of the game that had hackers that would hack their game, and you couldn't basically win because you'd be like, how do you implement DRM on our games to prevent all the hackers from stealing it all, right? And look how successful that game was. They didn't introduce, I guess that was kind of a form of DRM, but whatever. They didn't introduce like an online pass or anything like that. That was kind of a neat way of approaching it. And, with EA, it hasn't worked. And I think used games don't impact them as much as they're leading everybody to believe.
Yeah, but the other thing as well, they've obviously sided themselves with Xbox, like EA as a
Mm.
developer. They're looking at Xbox heavily for
Hmm.
the future. And with them obviously saying to them that they're going to do this whole DRM thing on their console,
Hmm.
they've went, oh well, we'll get a piece of that action. That's why they've looked at the
Yeah,
online
and that's why,
passes and went,
yeah, exactly. That's what
that's
I'm
what,
thinking
and I
too.
guarantee that's been part of it. And then when like Sony have just went, well, it's up to you guys. So if you've cancelled your online passes, oh, what a shame,
Yeah,
because we're not
exactly.
going to force anybody on our platform to do it.
Yeah.
So you'll probably end up seeing DRM, like online passes, creep back into games in the future, but that's just in the future. I don't know
Hmm.
when,
Hmm.
but I guarantee it'll come back because they're not going to let. Again, that's another thing that people are just going to get pissed off about when all the Xbox users are like, "Oh my god, I can't even just lend this to my friend,"
Hmm.
and PS3 owners are like,
Yeah, that's stupid.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
It's yeah, but they'll bring something back, but it's not going to be that. It's not going to be
Yeah,
online pass. Maybe they'll be similar. It's going to be called something different. Would be my guess,
yeah.
but I don't know. I
And
don't know.
Sully sent me a message that Uncharted 3 on to download it on PSN.
Yeah,
It's 30 gig.
yeah, nice.
Solid 30 gig. Oh, Last of Us, dude. I can't wait.
Last of Us. We're gonna be playing Last of Us.
I'll be playing it 5 hours
Yeah,
before
whatever.
you.
We'll
I'll
see.
be 5 hours earlier in a 20-hour campaign.
Yeah, yeah, no doubt.
I'll also be 5 hours tired than you.
Yeah. Well, I got my
Oh,
setup. I got my setup already. I already have room for the two new consoles. I'm gonna have, I got my Xbox. I got my PS3. Got the Xbox One. Got the PS4. I got to pick up I was showing Hyper earlier today. I got to pick up an HDMI switch. So when I'm doing mobile too, so it's a five input HDMI switch and a one output, and then you just select whichever one you want. So I'll have four consoles and my mobile hooked up to it. So whatever I'm gonna record, I just switch the HDMI input, and that's it. I'm recording. Boom.
I'm just hoping
Yeah.
that Naughty Dog aren't assholes with their game for like a few days. Like the whole, what was it, Black Ops, putting like a day's YouTube ban on
Mm.
everything. That's the one thing that
Yeah,
I'm
that was
kind of curious
stupid.
about.
Black Ops 2.
Yeah, yeah. Well, what? But they don't go as far as like Rockstar.
The PS4, what? The PS4 is not backwards compatible. What are you talking about? Oh my
No.
god, come on.
Can it play? Wait. Can it play PS1 games?
What?
I think the PS4 can play PS1 games.
Okay, whatever. Doesn't matter.
Honestly, I think it can.
Raging, what do you need an optical cable splitter? Get rid of optical. What do you need optical for?
So I can use it on my mix amp.
Huh?
So I can use it on my mix amp.
Yeah, but I got no. Don't do that. No, you don't need to do that. I got rid of my optical cables.
Oh, did you now?
Raging, you just go HDMI, dude. So I'm going HDMI into
Yep.
my Hauppauge. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
From my Hauppauge, I'm going HDMI out to my TV, and I just plug my TV. I have an audio output on my TV, so I brought that in my mix amp. So
Well,
right now, I have my headset is plugged into my mix amp, and I'm getting the audio out from the television for the game, and I also have it turned on, and my audio output is going through the USB to the mix amp. So
but
that's how I'm getting
but
both audio.
how are you getting? What's the cable that's running
How are you
from your TV?
bypassing the HDCP protection
No, I'm
thing?
talking about like Xbox.
Yeah,
Oh, Xbox.
but how are you
Okay.
getting the audio from your TV to your mix amp? What is the cable? What?
It's just it's the 3.5 mil. It's the same plug that is on my headset, and you plug it in on the there's an MP3. You
So
have
you're not getting surround sound.
dude. It's that's the plug on my It's all simulated surround sound in headsets anyway.
Yeah, I know that, but
Yeah,
I'm still saying.
it's a 3.5 millimeter jack. That's what most headsets are.
Yeah, but you're not like digital surround, but simulated surround sound. You're just getting a stereo
How are
basically.
you plugged into your mix amp with your headset right now?
Like a 5 pin. It's not just a normal 2 pin cable. There's
No,
more
I know.
to it.
I know. Well, exactly. It's the same thing. It's the exact same cable I got running out for my TV.
Okay.
Right? You got optical in direct to your mix amp. You still going through your cable to your headset. It's the same cable I got running to the TV. Right? There's no difference in
So
sound.
this is you accommodating the fact that the Hopbox 2 didn't have an optical in and out.
Well, no, it's good because I mean now I've got everything on. It's just cleaned up the amount of cables I have like crazy.
Yeah.
Plus, I'm recording now in 1080p, 60 frames per second, and I'm actually viewing at that as well.
Yeah.
So
Well, officially the HD PVR originally can run at 1080i.
yeah, but that's
So
720p is probably better than 1080i,
yeah, no. I'm
and
saying.
you're still only running 30 frames. That's
Just
all you.
saying.
That's all you're getting at a component. So
Yeah, no.
I'm trying to standardize what.
Standardized.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm all my trying to get all the recordings
You're
that are exactly the
upgrading
same.
basically.
And
Yeah.
if I ever want to do some slow mo stuff, then it's all in 60 frames, so I can do that easily. So
Well, you is your. Oh yeah, you use
that's when
Fraps,
I
don't
do.
you?
That's when I put together my montages. I can slow them down to
I was
have.
just wondering, like, how you managed to like get 60 frames on a PC, but like that's you're running Fraps, which just records at whatever frame rate you're going at the time.
Well, I've set fraps to record. Yeah, I mean that's the difference, and I might look into that to see if. I mean, I don't need to unless I know I'm going to slow something down.
Hmm.
Um, it'll run. The game will run at a higher frames per second than fraps will record, right? Or is
Yeah,
that what the game's running? Whatever you set fraps to, I
yeah,
think it runs more frames than I don't know. I have no
yeah.
idea.
Because I know with like DxTory, I can set it to like record at whatever frame rate I want,
Hmm.
and I can also limit the game to that frame rate as well,
Hmm.
which seems a bit silly to limit a game, but it means you're saving processing power.
Hmm.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like that's one thing. That's why I was asking like how you managed to get it on PC. But doesn't Fraps just record at whatever frame rate your game is outputting at the time?
You can. There's different settings. Let me just go
Is
into.
it?
Yeah.
I don't use it, so I don't
Let me
know if
just
there's
go
a
into
way to
the
limit it or not.
video settings. You can set it to video capture settings. You can set it to a specific frame rate. So that you just set it to a specific capture frame rate,
All right.
and you can. There's 30, 50, 60, or you can set it to whatever you want. There's an option to set it to whatever you want.
Yeah. That's why I just stick to I record at 30
Mm.
on DxTory. A because it first off it's obviously the file size is smaller.
Yeah, exactly. Same here. I do 30.
Yeah, you're capturing half the you're capturing half the frames.
Yeah,
So like
yeah.
you know how many. And like there's some games like I don't see I don't know like higher processing games are harder. Like my PC's like mid to high range.
Hmm.
So it's some games that I'm only running at 30 frames. So there's no point me trying to even record at 60 frames.
Hmm.
Like because my computer just isn't putting like Alan Wake. There's certain points of the game where I'm running at like 90 frames per second. Then there'll be ones where there's like fog and there's weather effects and everything. And
Hmm.
it's like high 27 frames. How you doing?
Hmm.
So I have plans for upgrading my PC. I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got three-stage plan. Three-stage plan.
3-stage plan.
More RAM
Yeah.
memory. I need to double it because I've only got 8. I need to go up to
Yeah,
16.
yeah,
New power supply,
right.
so I can upgrade my not upgrade but add another 560 Ti 2 GB graphics card, and that way I'll pretty much run anything for a while.
Well, do you think you might be better off getting a 600 series?
I don't know. That's one of the kind of things. I think there's websites that you can actually like go on
Hmm.
that you can compare like just a single new CPU compared to SLI and other ones.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Right.
It's
You
one of
take
the
a
ones
look
that
because I mean, and look at the prices too because I mean the 600 should be coming down, since they released the 700s now. So
I'm going to answer that question easily because it's like Spider Hyper. Do you think Titanfall will pull more buyers from COD or Halo? No, no. It's not a COD or Halo killer. It is far from it.
yeah, I mean
Though
it'll be a decent game in its own right, but yeah, it's not gonna just take over.
we've stated it before, and it was Spider that said it first, and I completely agree with it. It's like COD. The COD killer is COD. All
Mhm.
it takes is one really terrible Call of Duty game, and I mean terrible. I'm expecting Treyarch to put out a really terrible game, and that just alienates fans. That's what I'm expecting.
Well, yeah, it's either that or it's just gonna wither away. I mean,
Yes,
it's
run dry and the same thing.
yeah, it's just gonna dry up. It'll eventually happen. I mean, look at games like Guitar Hero, right? I mean, they sold a ton of Guitar Heroes, didn't they?
The-
And even Rock
well,
Band, like that whole genre just kind of ended up killing
it's
itself.
not that. Well, it wasn't really they killed themselves. Like Activision killed Guitar Hero by doing the stupid thing of just pumping a game out every single year.
Well, exactly.
Whereas Rock Band, they took their time and put out Rock Band 1, and then you got Rock Band 2, then you got a bunch of little, like Rock Band, Lego Rock Band, Beatles Rock Band, Green Day Rock. They did all these other things, and then they finally came back and went, here, Rock Band 3, and then they just, all the DLC. I mean, they're the kind of games you don't want to update every year because you can just throw DLC at it, and it keeps it fresh. It's like that's why I used to play FIFA games and all the kind of sports games, and like it gets annoying because all it is an update, like an update to the roster. It's not really updating much else. It's something you could do in a big giant DLC patch, but they just want you to pump out and buy a full price game every year.
Yep.
But that's exactly like what Spillin says. The Guitar Hero just oversaturated itself. They just kept throwing games at you, and it was like, nah, like, you're too much. You just gave in, and then, I don't know. Then obviously Activision just kind of went, no, there's no point. So they tried, and they tried. I mean, at least then you've got games like Ubisoft putting out Rocksmith, who are trying to take it to the next level by actually implementing the whole real guitar thing.
Yeah.
But that's alienating themselves because it's only people that own guitars that can buy it.
Yeah, like I have no interest in learning guitar.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. So
I want to see Ubisoft next year with a trailer for a game starring Aisha.
oh, don't. That woman, honestly.
She's so bad.
She's not entertaining in the slightest.
Oh my god.
Like, see when people come out on stage, like some of the Microsoft guys, these guys are businessmen. They're not really. I wouldn't call them big public speakers. Like that's why they obviously hire some actress to go out for Ubisoft, because you got that little French guy who could barely like talk properly. And you've obviously got the game developers who obviously they've got a business sense where they can talk in front of people to sell a game. They've obviously got that ability, but obviously E3 is a little bit larger scale. But then you've got people like Jack Hurricane Tretton. I call him Hurricane because he destroyed a large economy called Microsoft. He can work a crowd. I don't know. He's got a presence about him.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but there are all these guys that as I say, like so. Oh, I was just remembering that Eric guy. What's his name? Eric from
Eric.
Activision. Hirschberg.
Oh, yeah.
That guy, the fake tan guy that I just want.
Yeah.
He's a smug prick. He's one of the guys that's overly confident about himself and just he's up there and he loves being the center of attention. And I honestly want him to have like a trouser malfunction one day and just act like just be a complete ass. That guy is just like on my vendetta list of people when I win the lottery that he's not going to survive the apocalypse of hyper. I'll be able to hire hitmen.
Nice. I was just going to look and see if because everything at Microsoft went quiet for like a long time.
Oh, you were Major Nelson.
Yeah. Well, and I think a lot of other people too.
So first Sony conference. Oh, imagine having a console reveal and not showing the console after E3. I don't know what to say, so I'm just gonna
exactly. So I'm just not going to say anything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the scramble. Like shit. How did we? I guarantee they didn't know about the price of the console, and then they just went shit. They just fucking won. As soon as they see the price, that was them. Just like shit.
Well, yeah, and it's pretty much exactly the price of Connect, right? I mean, $100 off, and you don't have a Connect. You gotta buy if you want the PlayStation Eye with the 2 cameras or whatever. Then it's like $60, and you buy it, but you don't have to have it connected. It's not required for anything, right?
Mm. Yeah.
So
Yeah, they won. They
I
won.
got
They
I got
won
two
18.
questions from chat to you guys actually.
Oh,
yeah.
what?
One, Hyper, why don't you make a shirt with just the words saying charge? And two, someone said, "Did both of you ever shut up?"
No,
Okay.
No. Why do you
no.
just want us to sit here in the stream and and
You
be
guys have
quiet?
no idea. You have no idea.
It's just a general question. Do you ever shut up?
You have no idea how many times me and Spider end up talking for like an hour after we've done like a
I
session.
know.
Of
It's
something.
like fuck. I want to go to bed. Leave me alone.
We're sitting here like half asleep, just kid, and then it's like, oh yeah, remember this other thing, and like, and just sitting there like, shit, right? It takes one of us to just go, right? No, go.
I'm going to bed. I'm signing off. Click.
Yeah,
All right.
that's
Talk to you
it.
later.
That's how it ends.
Hmm.
But
Yeah,
no.
I think you guys have been talking for a good hour.
Yeah, that's how we are. But the charge, I've already like some. It was Julia here. She suggested an emblem that would suit me perfectly.
Hmm.
I have to get. I need to speak to somebody about it and get it done. It's like basically it's going to be like basically if you take my face but remove the skin areas and just have hair, a headset, my glasses, and my beard, and that's just
Okay.
the emblem. Just that is a cartoony kind of emblem, and I like that idea. I like that idea. So I'm thinking I'll need to speak to somebody about it.
Hmm.
You mean like an emblem in game or just emblem
An
on
emblem
anywhere?
like yeah, anywhere, like so I can put it on my channel and things like that.
Just to respond to a question
Hmm.
about what kind of loss Sony's taking on each console sold, I guarantee it's substantial. I don't think so, man. I mean, it's not any more substantial than the Xbox One. Look at the price, $399, right? Look at the price of Xbox One, $499, but you're getting the Kinect, right? That Kinect is $100. I mean, that's the $100. So really, the console controller combination itself are pretty much identical. Although I will say Sony specs are a bit better. So from that respect, yeah, maybe there is less of a margin there for Sony, but I think with the volume and everything else, I don't think it's going to be an issue.
I do love the fact that they never mentioned the fact that the PS3 does come with a camera.
It doesn't.
It does.
No, it doesn't.
It does because it tracks the controllers.
No.
You sure? Because every image of the PS3 I've seen has a camera beside it.
I know, but he was interviewed today, and he brought in just the
Not?
console and the controller to Game Trailers, and he said if you want, it doesn't come with it. If you want, it's like $60 or something like that.
Oh well, okay. So they're even answering the question like, "Oh, we're not going to be spying on you."
Yeah.
So, oh well, that's even better. So in other words, it's there if you want it to enhance the
Yeah,
controllers
exactly.
because of the color thing.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not being forced down your throat, and you
No.
don't need to talk to you. I never
Well,
need
I mean,
to talk
who
to
knows?
the
Maybe
PS3.
they do have something built in. I don't know. Maybe they have some advanced thing that's just built into the box for Move, but I don't know.
Yeah, I know. Then you need the camera for it to track you.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So.
But like that's another thing. Like people were asking, like Move was just not mentioned at all.
No,
Not brought up at all.
no.
Which is nice again because they're not trying to shove peripherals down your throat.
Mm-hmm.
They're just kind of like, yeah, have fun. That's all they like. Since the first conference with Sony, that's all they've been doing is talking games and gamers, and this is our core base. This is who, and they bring on like developers, telling them how they went to developers, asking them what they wanted from a console.
Mm-hmm.
So Xbox are just kind of went, this is what you're getting, buy it.
The Twitch integration with Xbox.
That was smooth and nice.
Yeah, but quite honestly, anybody who would stream regularly is not going to use that,
No, no.
right? So, yeah.
It's good for people that maybe want to try it for fun.
Yeah, exactly. For like
It's never,
casual.
it's never going to be anybody. No serious streamer. You're never going to see anybody that's a serious streamer using that app
No,
to
no,
stream games
no.
because it cuts off your screen. I mean, you're not. They're obviously the people that are viewing your game aren't seeing that, but it's still you're physically losing part of your screen, and it's just. You're not getting the same technical quality. The same control over your stream as you can with an actual PC
Well,
program.
how many people actually stream Black Ops 2 from Black Ops 2? Huh?
I think you're on a very small list there.
Well, exactly. That's what I mean,
But
right?
again, I don't like. I have never denied that Treyarch do try new things, and pretty much every time they do try them, they fail.
Yeah. So I mean,
So-
yeah, it's great. Oh yeah, we had streaming capability, but no one uses it, and it's going to be the exact same thing with the Xbox One.
And I'm really hoping again, like it's probably going to get shoved down your, well, I'm going to say it's going to get shoved down your throat and put on the next COD with Ghosts, but I doubt it because the consoles are now capable of doing it.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
So it's a waste of time putting it in your game.
yeah.
So
Well,
I don't
and
know.
that's one argument I've had for a long time with multiplayer code, right? I mean, I think the console. I mean, it's extra, management for them or whatever, but there should be like a core base of connectivity on a console that all multiplayer games draw from. You know what I mean? So that the way that you connect to other players is the same from game to game. And that reducing the code that is required by the developer in order to connect players online. Because then, I mean, you have all these games with multiplayer. Half the time, the stuff doesn't work, and they're working on it, and every developer has to do it individually. I think there should be a base of code that is written just for the console that devs can draw upon, and if there are issues, then they only have to fix it in one spot, and it's far better than what any of the developers could do on their own. I don't know. That's just one thing I'd like to see.
I don't know. Like,
Because then you know how from game to game it's like, oh, on Black Ops 2 or whatever, you hit triangle and it just pops up in game, whereas a lot of other games you actually go to the XMB and you select the friends from the friends list. Like, it's just make it one way.
yeah. Well, it sounds like a petty thing, but it always bugs me. As you say, the little things like that, silly. And I always joke, like, Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2 have the same thing. You go on to I think they actually changed it. Sorry, they've maybe actually changed it now on Black Ops 2, but when it first came out, if you went to invite your friends with the in-game friends list, it would list anybody playing Black Ops 2 on your online friends at the bottom of the list instead of the top. It would filter them separate, which is great. It's filtering them so these guys are all playing Black Ops, but it was at the bottom of your friends list.
Yeah.
So you had to go down to get it instead of just being like the first name on your list being, hi, he's playing. So it's little things like that always make me laugh and just, I don't know. It's exciting times that, like, this is what I'm saying. This is the first proper shift between, I'd say, a proper next gen, if you know what I mean. Like, going from PlayStation 2 to PlayStation 3 was huge because you had this PlayStation Network and you had all this extra. Online was such a huge feature The same with like Xbox to Xbox 360. Online was the future. I know Xbox Live was launched on Xbox One, the original, if I'm right.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the proper shift, if you know what I mean. Like switching from PS3 to PS4 and Xbox 360, Xbox One is bigger because you're not having this. You're having a lot more background stuff going on now with the network, and the network's
Raging,
getting bigger.
no. Sorry, go
Well,
ahead. But Raging, no. Sorry, I'll get back to you, Raging. Go ahead.
yeah, I'm probably gonna agree with you in a
Dude,
second.
Raging, listen,
Go for
listen,
it. Go for it. Just let him
listen,
talk.
okay? If I was PS4, hey, you can play off the disc, you can install it if you want. I'm not gonna force you to fucking do either. I'm not gonna force it down your throat. Alright? You can install it. Why do I want to install? I got 50 games. Let's say I got 50 games back here. I just want to. Yeah, I'm gonna pull this game off that I haven't played in 2 years and just throw it in for half an hour and have some fun. Oh, what? I gotta fucking wait for 10 minutes to load onto the hard disk drive? Come on. I mean, if it's an option, don't drive it down my throat that I want to install it on the hard drive. Give me the option to install it on the hard drive if I want. So maybe it'll run faster, load a bit faster, right? But don't force it on me. Give me the option of doing it. That is the perfect solution. Not, well, yeah, I think they did it right. Install the game. No need for disc. But they're freaking forcing you
The
to do it on a non-upgradable hard drive.
Having diskless games, Rags, is going to take proper, like, not everybody can have. I've not got a great download speed. So, like, say Friday when Last of Us comes out and it's a 35 gig download,
Mm-hmm.
that'd take me forever to download. That would take me absolutely forever to get here.
Well, and I think
And
maybe one of the arguments is that you don't have to have the disc in the drive, and yes, that is a fair argument. If you think not having the disc in the drive is a fair trade-off for being forced to install it on your hard drive and being forced to check in every 24 hours just to play a game, if you think that's a fair trade-off for not having to put the disc in the drive just to run the game, then maybe that is the way to go.
don't games run better when they're running from a disk and a hard drive at the same time?
I
Because
don't know.
they're streaming data from two different locations, so they're not having to draw all the data from one location.
Well, if you're gonna
And
do all digital downloads, Raging, then why are you even concerned about it?
I'm personally done with discs.
Yeah.
Well, that's just me. Well, don't buy an Xbox One and just buy a PC and build up your Steam collection.
Yeah.
That you're going to get most of the exact same games. You can play Call of Duty on PC. Enjoy your hacks.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what I'm saying. If you
Well,
want
and-
discless, you're never going to get discless for a good few years now. It's still going to be discs for a while. Like they know out there that you've got to think of people that don't have internet or people that don't have access to an internet connection that still just want to play single player
you
games
just
and
look
not
at-
interested in multiplayer.
Just look at GameStop's used games income. That the amount of revenue they generate on used games. Just look at how big a portion that is of their overall sales, and you tell me that disc-based games are going the way of the bird. Are you kidding me? Look how much money they make every year.
Yeah, and if you go discless, you're closing down. The economy would take a hit because so many stores would shut because they're not selling games anymore. It's all digital. They thought the same when Steam came out. I'm sure they were getting all worried about digital download. Same with iTunes. Like they thought the music industry was going to die because of digital downloads.
Yeah.
And it's not. It's still thriving away.
Yeah.
It's just. I prefer a disc. And like Spillin said there, if you break your disc, you're the one responsible for that disc. It's not hard to transfer it from the box to your console and then back to the box. And then storing that box as per any sensible person on a shelf. It's that simple. It's not hard to take care of a disc. And there's plenty of places nowadays that do scratch repair as well. So it's not like that's a
How big a hit did the music industry take? Okay, honestly, I mean, digital. I mean, oh, okay. You got to think of the big picture. If digital didn't exist, do you think we'd know anything about this dude called Psy? For one, okay,
Yeah.
or any number of other huge things that have come across because of digital music content. Plus the fact that I think before they were just getting away with overpricing all this stuff. So I think it really brought the market to terms with what pricing should be. And these guys are still making millions upon millions upon millions of dollars.
It's like Napster. When Napster happened, that's when the music industry kind of had to take a look into like, okay, we can't rip people off
Yeah,
anymore.
they just had to change the way they did business.
Yeah.
Right? Which is exactly what gaming needs to do. I mean, it's the internet. Deal with it. Deal with it. You got to change. You got to modify your business to deal with the way the world's evolving. And that's no different for music, and it's no different for gaming.
Yeah, when's the last time you watched a rap video and there's not fancy cars, diamonds, and fucking champagne flowing everywhere? Like, yeah, they're really struggling for money. Whoa, no. Oh, no, shit. 50 Cent's going to be fucking selling these fucking chains for fucking coin on the street just to fucking pay for his house.
Well, Megaton, that's, whose problem is that? That's not our problem. It's not our fault. I mean, again, look at, you can say the same thing. Well, everybody in the gaming business makes money except the developer. Well, I know a lot of developers that are making a lot of money doing things differently. Look at, Minecraft doing they self-published. They self-published, and look how well they did. It's adapting your business. You got to adapt your business.
Like Spider said as well, you've also got to look at the people that would never have been discovered if it wasn't for the internet in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
Like, fair enough, if you're Metallica, you're making money no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. That's very true. But these people that are out there to just make money are never going to do well. Like, if you're out there just for making money, like, every time I've watched an interview with a successful band, they're always saying, do it because you love it. If you're out there just trying to make money, you're never going to enjoy it.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Oh,
whatever.
wow.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm done anyway, because I need to fucking get up soon.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
well, guys, that's it. We're done. So, just having a little conversation with you guys, and it's kind of interesting. These are some of the conversations we have sometimes when we're done playing. So thought we just keep
It's not
streaming.
normally. It's not normally this heated.
Well, it's good. We get people, responding in the chat, so it drives the conversation a little bit as well. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. If you didn't enjoy it, as that little message up there said.
Yeah, there's a little X. There's a little X on your browser. You just click that. Click. And it's closed. You don't have to deal with it ever again.
Simple.
Yeah.
Simples.
We'll be streaming again tomorrow and tomorrow night. So.
Yeah. Yeah, some of us earlier than others.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Okay, guys, have a good night.
Stream tomorrow, haven't
Oh,
you?
hello,
Huh?
Axel.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Wow.
It was like the voice from the fucking god there.
I know. I didn't even realize he's still in the call. It's like, what the hell?
Oh, you're still here.
Let's leave the call if you're gonna stop the stream, because I'm still going and talking with my chat.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, fuck off.
Fuck you.
You weren't missed, obviously.
I know I wasn't missed, but I was gonna say
Yes.
about your stream tomorrow, but no, okay.
Yeah. Ah, don't worry. It's fucking. I'll get plenty of people there.
No, Hypers is going to be streaming Uncharted 2 tomorrow. So go check
One
him
sitting.
out.
Now I'm going to
In
get
one
more
sitting.
people, and I'm going to be all nervous because there's like 100 people
Oh, you're
watching
going to be
me.
nervous.
Like 100 people, and that scares me when there's like over 100 people.
Just don't look at the cover that number with something.
Cover that number.
Yeah.
Cover that number, and then during the middle of the stream, someone tells you got like 500 people watching you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll just be like, "You're lying," and then I'll take the number off, and it'll be like 600. But no.
All right, okay, I gotta go. Honestly, I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hang up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hang up
Stop the
anyways.
stream. All right, guys, take care. Later.
Yes.